Zack Snyder wanted Ryan Reynolds to return as Green Lantern for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yes, that's the truth. Let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am the Viking, of course. Yes, Zack Snyder today did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter saying that he had an idea to bring Ryan Reynolds back as a cameo for Green Lantern beside another Green Lantern, maybe for the Green Lantern Corps. Now, that other Green Lantern probably would have been John Stewart. That is Zack Snyder's favourite Green Lantern, John Stewart. And I think it's an absolutely amazing idea. And I've done videos on this channel, guys, saying Ryan Reynolds coming back to the DCU, why it's not a bad thing for Zack Snyder to bring Ryan Reynolds back, why it would be unbelievable and important for the hype of the Snyder Cut if Ryan Reynolds was to return. I've done numerous videos on this, guys. Just go look through the channel. I have done this. I have had belief that Zack Snyder would bring Ryan Reynolds back as Green Lantern, or Ryan Reynolds would come back in some capacity. I've said it because I never thought that Disney would do an R-rated Deadpool movie. I thought that his days at Deadpool in the capacity that he wanted would be dead, and would be an opportunity for DC, for Zack Snyder, to bring back this high-profile actor who is probably one of the most famous actors in the world. I think one of the highest-paid actors as well, not only in acting but also his other business ventures that he has. So I always had belief about Zack Snyder's Justice League, that it would happen, release the Snyder Cut. I always had belief about things like that Ben Affleck would come back, that Henry Cavill, those types of things, that Jared Leto's Joker would get redemption, which you'll see when you watch the Snyder Cut today, hopefully, by the time you see this video. But yeah, I just have belief. I like to be positive about things, and this was another thing that I was positive about. Now, of course, Grace Randolph, I think, was the first to come out and say this, that Ryan Reynolds may be in talks for the Snyder Cut. John Garza was backing it up as well. He works at Real Anarchy. I work there as well at RealTalkLife. I have my own show with KC, but he has his own show, Real Emotion, as well, with Ben Everett. Okay, so yeah, but that's what he's been saying for a long time. And I have tweets, you probably see them on the screen right now. I have tweets dating back to 2017. I said Zack Snyder's Justice League, or Justice League post-credit scene, is Ryan Reynolds' return, or why it should be done. Ryan Reynolds should return as Green Lantern. I've had numerous posts over the years about Ryan Reynolds and Green Lantern because I had positivity, I had hope that he would return, and I thought it would be a very beneficial thing for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And it turns out that Zack Snyder was thinking the same way as me. Both geniuses. Okay, no, let's just scratch that. Zack Snyder's a genius, but he said today that he wanted to bring Ryan Reynolds back as Green Lantern for maybe a cameo, or just to be there in the Green Lantern Corps alongside another Green Lantern. Now, people are saying, oh, I don't want the 2011 one to be canon. Guys, it wouldn't be canon. You know, Zack Snyder's not going to reference that movie much. You just have Ryan Reynolds playing the role again. You know, it's very different because when you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, you will see some differences between some of the characters that have their own solo movies and upcoming solo movies in the DCEU. Some things are slightly altered, some things are kind of changed. Even though Jason Momoa is playing Aquaman in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he's playing it in his own solo movies as well, and it's not the same kind of occurrences happen. It's not the same kind of characteristics happen either. So there's very much differences between the same actors playing the same character, but under different kind of studios and different directors. So take that in mind. So if Ryan Reynolds did come back as Green Lantern, it would be under Zack Snyder's direction and the way that he wants to do it. A good example would be maybe Jared Leto's Joker when you see him as well, okay? So get that out of your head straight away, that I don't want the 2011 film to be canon. It wouldn't be canon. It's just the same actor playing the same character, but in a different world, you know, in a different kind of scenario. But yeah, of course, Ryan Reynolds made a tweet today saying, looking forward to watching the Snyder Cut. First, I'm going to do something I never did before, watch Green Lantern. Then Zack quote tweeted him and said, oh, maybe I could come along and bring some bourbon and stuff like that, you know. So the two of them very playfully, you know. And even over the last year, even a year and a half, I think, of Brazil Comic-Con, Ryan Reynolds was talking about the Snyder Cut. On Twitter, he's used the hashtag numerous times. He's talked about the Snyder Cut. You know, he really has. He's made a spoofed kind of trailer of Green Lantern and Tom Cruise and stuff like that, you know. So very interesting, very playful, and stuff that I've really loved. And I thought those things weren't just little gags or anything like that. I actually thought they were hints. And it turns out those were hints. It turns out that Ryan Reynolds and Zack Snyder were in discussions for him to come back as Green Lantern. And that's huge. Absolutely crazy. And I think if Zack Snyder's Justice League was to contain Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, the film would already be a hit because Ryan Reynolds is such a hit himself, and Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 would happen. It still could happen, and you know what? Ryan Reynolds' return as Green Lantern could still happen as well. If Justice League 2 gets greenlit and Justice League 3, I think we will see Ryan Reynolds return as Green Lantern. But the reason this is being done, and this is my theory, is to propel the character of Green Lantern. Now, bear with me for a second. I use this example a lot about Suicide Squad 2016. The marketing was around Batman, Joker, and Will Smith. We go into that movie to watch those characters. Who do we come out raving about? Who do we come out talking about? Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie. She gets her own solo movie. You know, that's what you do. You use big IPs like a Batman, like a Joker, to propel the lower, less known characters, like a Harley Quinn. You know, and now she's kind of a big star as Harley Quinn. That's what you do for Green Lantern. Not everyone knows who Green Lantern is. Everyone knows who Batman is and Superman is and Flash. You know who those characters are. But if I was to show a random person the symbol of Green Lantern, would they know who that character is? If I was to show them the symbol of a Superman, you know who that is straight away, you know? And that's the big thing right there. And Zack has talked about this in videos before. You can find it on my Twitter, @MoviesThatMatter, where Zack talks about Green Lantern. Not everyone knows who Green Lantern is. If you were to bring Ryan Reynolds back as Green Lantern, he is bigger than the character of Green Lantern. He really is. As an actor, he's bigger than Green Lantern. More people know Ryan Reynolds, I bet you, than they know Green Lantern. What it does is, people go into that movie, they go in to see Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. They come out talking about the other Green Lanterns that he was standing side by side with. Jon Stewart, his Green Lantern. Zack, that's his favourite one. It propels the character of Jon Stewart, and then he can move forward with Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern. But yeah, the two of them were having some playful fun online today, which was very fun. And you know, it's interesting if that was to happen. And if he could coup Ryan Reynolds to come back as Green Lantern, it would be a stroke of genius from Zack Snyder. And people saying for a long time, saying Zack wouldn't bring back a popular actor. He wouldn't do this kind of thing just to bring back someone who's popular. It was never about that. It really wasn't. And it was an interesting ploy from Zack Snyder to bring back Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Reynolds to show some interest. How big would that be? That would be insane. I don't care that Green Lantern 2011 wasn't a great movie or didn't do that well at the box office. It's not really about that. It's about the kind of career progression of Ryan Reynolds, which has been very much on the up ever since Green Lantern. He is a huge star. Deadpool, huge hits. He had his redemption there. Why can't he have his redemption as Green Lantern? The 2009 Wolverine Origins movie was pretty bad. Deadpool was done in a pretty bad way, but he got his redemption back in 2016, and then the second one in 2018. Class films, brilliant films. Why can't he get his redemption for Green Lantern? This will be under Zack Snyder's leadership. Look at the Joker. You know, look at Josh Whedon's Batman compared to Zack Snyder's Batman. There you go, straight away. The material, the editing, the writing, everything changes. Things can be a lot better. And I think it's fascinating that Ryan Reynolds was in talks with Zack Snyder to come back as Green Lantern. I really do. And I think it's a possibility that could happen because Zack Snyder mentioned it today, and Ryan Reynolds flirting with the idea again and again makes me think that those guys want to make it happen. But I think Zack probably has to get his Jon Stewart in place first. He probably has to get an actor that he feels comfortable with. Someone who's just going to portray the role right, like a Ray Fisher, like an Ezra Miller. He's not going to rush into the casting of it because he only has a few months to shoot additional photography for Zack Snyder's Justice League. No, he's going to get the right actor to play that character, and then maybe Ryan Reynolds can come back. But what Ryan Reynolds does is he propels the character, the actor, maybe the unknown actor who's going to play Jon Stewart. He propels it. Hal Jordan, Ryan Reynolds propels the character of Jon Stewart because not many people know about that character, especially average audiences. They barely even know who Green Lantern is. So I think it's a stroke of genius from Zack Snyder, and it's a pity that it didn't happen in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But I've been saying it for a long time. I believe that it would happen, and belief is a very strong thing to have. And I see many people online trolling Grace Randolph, and even Garza themselves saying this would never happen. You're just making up lies. Zack doesn't do things like this. It's been proven today that Zack had this idea in his head and he wanted to do it. He wanted to shoot a scene with Ryan Reynolds as a Green Lantern Corps Green Lantern, as an older Hal Jordan, beside probably Jon Stewart. Crazy, crazy stuff. And I've been saying it for myself a long time, and people were saying, oh, let it go, it will never happen. Ryan Reynolds is a terrible Green Lantern. He can't do dramatic acting. Again, people eat their words. They do. But if you were out there and you didn't like the idea, that's okay. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at how people kind of troll people about things straight away. You know, once upon a time we were trolled about the Snyder Cut, saying that didn't exist and it would never happen. Fast forward, it's coming out today. People are going to watch it today. People said Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds would never happen. Let's fast forward 2 years from now, we'll probably be talking about Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern again. So just people have to be careful what they put down when it comes to light, because you never know what will happen, especially in the movie industry. Who thought that Jared Leto would be in Zack Snyder's Justice League? Who thought that Zack Snyder would get to do a 4-hour epic like Zack Snyder's Justice League? You know, but just don't. People like to turn to the negativity more than the positivity, don't they? And I just had belief that it would happen. I just thought it was a right business idea to do. I think very much if this movie had Ryan Reynolds in it, even as a cameo, it would blow up on day one after a few hours. People would want to check it out, and Zack Snyder's Justice League would automatically be a hit. I also think it will be a hit just the way it is, because it's a pretty fine movie, and I can't wait for everyone to watch it and enjoy it. But for the future of hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, which I think will be in large roars after the movie comes out, Ryan Reynolds could be the key to making the Snyderverse happen. Because if he was to go to HBO Max and say, I can get Ryan Reynolds, they want to be a big streaming service boy alongside Netflix and Disney Plus, I think HBO Max would be pretty stupid, and Jason Kilar would be pretty stupid not to snap Zack Snyder's hands off. And I don't think Jason Kilar is stupid. I think the other guys are stupid. Maybe Hamada, Toby Emmerich, maybe those guys are stupid. They never wanted Joker. They never wanted the Snyder World. And those are things that prove to be successful time after time. So let's see how it goes. But Ryan Reynolds, seemingly in talks with Zack Snyder for Green Lantern to come back in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Maybe COVID got in the way. Maybe Zack casting Jon Stewart, I should say, got in the way. Those kind of things. But it's been proven right. Grace Randolph wasn't telling lies. John Garza wasn't telling lies. My positivity wasn't idiotic. It worked in some degree, kind of. I was kind of right. You can look at my tweets on my profile on Twitter. I know I've been maybe going a little bit too hard on it, but I just always have belief. And when you have belief over something and it kind of is proven right, come on, you want to gloat a little bit. Look, I'm doing the same every day about the Snyder Cut. So yeah, but guys, what's your thoughts on Ryan Reynolds? Was going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League as Hal Jordan again under Zack Snyder? Do you think it will happen in Justice League 2 and Justice League 3 if it happens? Do you think Ryan Reynolds will ever return as Green Lantern? Do you think it's a bad idea? You might think it's a bad idea, and it might have been a bad idea. Who knows? Who knows? We might never know, or we might know. Let's see how it goes. But I just thought it was very interesting to give a quick video and give my thoughts about it. But guys, let me know your thoughts about Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds, Zack Snyder, all those kind of things. Pretty interesting stuff. And look, who knows what the future may hold. Enjoy the movie tonight if you get to see it tonight or whenever. And hopefully hashtag Restore the Snyderverse is also a big trending on Twitter. And hopefully, you never know, we might see more of this world. But guys, positivity, as I said, it works a lot more than negativity. So let's see how this one goes, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow me on all the socials. That stuff is in the end credits. And I'll catch you next time, guys. And Ryan Reynolds could have been a Green Lantern. He still could be.